How y'all doing? How's my friends? It is a overcast Tuesday here at the cabin. Just trying to get a few little housekeeping things done here. I've got to come out with the little shop vac and a bucket and do some spring cleaning in the coop. How's my friends? How's my friends doing today? It's amazing when you go just a few days without cleaning up what can accumulate in a coop. Because I'm so good about cleaning up almost every day. And you know, my girls, bless their hearts, they're not their mama. They don't have the time I do either. Although I don't feel like I have any time sometimes. But it was so funny yesterday. So I picked this little yellow tomato. It's a little cherry tomato, but it's a yellow. And I picked it yesterday and had it on the counter. And my daughter said, I almost got your one out by the chicken coop, but I thought it was too green. And I said, this one? And she goes, oh no, this one's a big one. I'm like, a big one? So where'd you see that? And she said, on the ground out there by the coop. Well, Mama knew exactly what she's talking about at that point. So if y'all missed my video yesterday, you're going to have to go on and watch it. So apparently, tomatoes grow on a vine. And apparently, they look a whole lot like pumpkins. And even after coming out here, apparently, my daughter still thinks it's a tomato. But this is the same child that thinks a green tomato is a variety and not a green tomato that has not ripened yet. This is the same child at like about 20 years old. I sent her to the store to get me some lettuce, and she came back with a head of cabbage. So this is the same child that we made her mow one time and she had a fit. So this child is not an outdoorsy gardening mama. So she better keep selling that Scentsy. She don't have much to fall back on, y'all. So funny. She wanted to be growing up. This is my Blue Cottage mommy, by the way. So she wanted to be growing up a animal trainer, a killer whale trainer to be precise. She was going to go to school for marine biology and be a killer whale trainer. And she actually lived in Alaska for 5 months as a naturalist. She interned at SeaWorld, I think, for 3 or 4 semesters. She had the most amazing biology teacher in middle school that helped catapult her to wanting to have a dream of being an animal trainer. And she actually did train her for a day out at SeaWorld, and her trainer was Dawn, who ended up dying at the hands of a killer whale, the mouth of a killer whale, and whose family just absolutely still loves SeaWorld. Dawn loved SeaWorld. She loved the animals. She loved everything about it. And but when Dawn died, that changed how SeaWorld operated, because of all the picketers and the trying to choose my words here, because of the picketers and all the PETA protest and all this stuff. SeaWorld no longer allows trainers to be in the water with the animals. So if you go to a SeaWorld show, you'll see they're not in there doing what they used to do. So that kind of really changed her entire future, which was devastating to her because that's all she ever wanted to be, was a killer whale trainer. She didn't really have a backup. So she was a vet tech for 9 years before she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom when she had my grandbaby. And that's how she ended up becoming a Scentsy superstar. But her dreams were kind of killed when Dawn was killed by the, killer whale. So it was something. But anyway, so she is my kid. Like, I don't even know what to do with her. She has never been one to want to do yard work or gardening. It sounds all good, but she kills everything. Like, green. Anything green, the kid kills. Like, she'll get seeds started, then they die. She has plants outside that are the same plants I have in my yard because I propagated and give them to her. No. But she's always been that way. She has been more of a dreamer and doer than she has like a hands-on, earthy type person. So I don't see her raising chickens and gardening in her future. I would be absolutely shocked if she did. She doesn't cook very often. That was never her gifts. So here we are. Yeah. That's my blue cottage mommy. So, but she is like the most creative person you've ever seen as far as dreaming things up, doing them. I mean, she's just incredible. But when it comes to homesteading, she's a great decorator, cooking, all that. No. So that's okay. Glammy gets to do it. I'm so happy about that. All right, y'all. So that's been kind of, yeah, that was funny. Y'all, if you've not seen that video, you gotta go watch it because it was pretty funny. And if you're at my YouTube channel, please subscribe, please. I am having the hardest time, y'all, catapulting my YouTube channel. It's been really difficult. But anyway, we're back. It's like almost 90 today. This weekend, I know Saturday's gonna be 89. Sunday's gonna be 90. It is miserable. We were sweating last night in bed. It was just like, oh my goodness, this is awful. So Idaho looks very promising. There's no trees, y'all. I mean, there's like trees up in the mountains, like pine. They ain't an oak tree to be found. It was disheartening. I told little man I was going to bring him back an acorn. I could not bring him back an acorn because they ain't no oak trees in Idaho. And so it's like high desert and beautiful, gorgeous. But man, I don't know what I would do, or, not do without all my trees and stuff. So like trees in people's yards, they've brought them in and planted them. And it's not like, like we have trees and you got clear trees to build a house. And that's not how it is. So I'm not used to that at all. It was something, but it was so pretty. It was so pretty. I cannot wait to get my videos together for that. All right, so let me turn y'all around. I've talked your ear off. Let me see what I got going on here. My back's giving me some trouble today, getting back in the swing of things. So we've got 5 eggs, y'all. 5 out of my 6 beauties. Look at that. Can always count on my Easter eggers. Telling you what, look at that. So 5 eggs. So if y'all are just joining Log Home Mom on her chicken time, so eggs, fresh eggs do not have to be refrigerated. They can stay, I'm gonna have to come back in here a minute. They can stay out of the refrigerator for up to a month. So when the last laying part, if y'all have watched my live, I caught Miss Anna laying an egg one time and it was super wet, but it dried like really fast. That is giving a layer, an antibiotic almost layer. It's not an antibiotic, but it's like an I forget what they call it, but it's a layer on it. It's a protection layer. So it keeps anything out. That's a small egg today. It keeps anything out. Look how small that is compared to the others. And it protects it. So we're the only nation and only country in the world that we have to refrigerate eggs, which is like kind of sad when you think about it, because the government makes them wash them. And I guess, because people in America are so visual that we can't stand having a little poop or discoloration on our egg. Okay, I see y'all. That was Miss Mary trying to get up there. Goodness. So yeah, we can't stand having anything on our eggs, them looking funny or being a different shape or anything. So up to a month you can leave them on your counter. After that, they need to go in the fridge. I mean, you can put them in the fridge if you want. If you feel better about it, go right ahead. But you can leave them on the counter. Hey, Kimberly Ann. Hey, Laura. Hey, Jack. Hey, Kim. 74 sounds delightful. It sounds a lot better than my 88 or 89, whatever we are today. And it's overcast, so it's really stagnant. But I think tomorrow, Log Home Dad, there's a rocket launch. So I think we're going to go see the rocket launch, which is going to be super exciting. So he's trying to get a bunch of his stuff done today so we can go see a rocket launch. Hey, Miss Rosie Posey. Hey, Miss Rosie. My babies. Yeah, I've got a big weekend. We've got, I've got a Cincy show I'm doing with my daughter. It's one of our biggest ones, so we're going to be all weekend working, and it's really weird. We only have like a couple of months that we don't have to worry about our waxes because our waxes are low temp melt. So like just sending them in the mail, if I sent someone a wax sample, chances are it's going to be flat because I make pretty little samples, but chances are it's going to be flat when it gets there because of just the low temp of being in trucks and stuff. It's going to melt it a little. But when we're out in this summer heat, I mean, we have to keep our waxes on ice. We've got to rotate them, and direct sunlight can't hit them. So that's the one thing about that. So we got to be careful. And it's going to be 89 and 90 this weekend, so it's going to be a challenge to say the least. So I go from 28 degrees to 88 degrees. I mean, it's so weird to me. But it was, what a beautiful time, y'all. We had like the most wonderful time. We went to hot springs, and here in Florida we got cold springs, y'all. I can't even, in the heat of the summer, I can't get in those springs. I mean, you literally have to just run and jump because you cannot ease in them. Your body just can't do it. You might be able to get your feet in, but about when you start getting up to your bottom, and especially your belly and your chest, oh my goodness, you can't even get in. It's so cold. I don't know how people do it. 74, oh my goodness. Miss Carolyn, that sounds wonderful. Wonderful. I couldn't even imagine. We don't even have a swimming pool here. I don't even know how we live in Florida without a pool, but we can't even afford one, y'all. We did like estimates of, oh goodness, like 10 years ago on getting a pool. And it was going to be a minimum of $60,000 with a screen. And it's just like, oh my goodness. So yeah, we can't even, that was unbelievable. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, sweetness. The girls have been staying in dust baths because it's just been so warm. So they've been having little dust baths. I had to break out the freezer vegetables today because we are about out of everything because of not being here for 2 weeks. So we're going to be going to the fruit market this weekend, or Log Home Dad's going to have to go because I got my show. So he's going to have to go to the fruit market for me. It's fixing to rain. That wind's blowing. I can tell that's fixing to rain. So y'all be sure to go to my Facebook from last night and look at my video of my new variety of tomatoes my daughter has found that grow on a vine. And it was pretty funny, actually. And then when you go over, because it's on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying so hard to get my subscriptions up on there, and it's been really tough. I'm having a hard time getting them up. And I don't know why, because I'm getting views, but people just aren't subscribing. So it's kind of important. I can't do too much more without, I have to get to 1,000 subscribers before I can like customize my channel and all this stuff. So YouTube makes you do a whole lot before you can get any further on there. So y'all, if you don't mind, subscribe, and maybe even share it and ask your friends to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And on this page, on our Facebook page, we are so close to my giveaway. And I got to revamp my little box because I got some stuff to add to it too. I'm going to try to fill that box as much as I can with goodies. So as long as I can fit stuff in there, I'm going to put more stuff in it to send y'all. So whoever wins that. So we are less than 1,000 away from that giveaway, which I'm super excited about. Hey, Stefan. Oh, goodness. And, you know, we're going to be adding on to these babies very soon. I'm so happy. I think as soon as, excuse me, this pollen is like getting me. As soon as the babies leave, because their mom and daddy, if y'all are friends with me on Facebook, you saw that my daughter, my little blue cottage mommy, thank goodness, she ended up, we have 115,000 consultants in the world with Scentsy. She ended up number 23 in our incentive, the 23rd position. So she's top 100. So she got to choose, one of the places she got to choose to go was Switzerland. So her and her husband are leaving next Thursday for Switzerland. So we have the babies while they're gone for nine days, I think it is. They're going to be gone for her daddy's birthday, for Easter, and for little man's birthday. They're getting back the night of little man's birthday. So she really is tugging at her heart going for his birthday, but that's the only time, you know, she had to do it. So we're like, you got to go. You got to go. So, you know, and they'll be with us. So we're so excited. It'll be fun. But they're leaving for Switzerland, so we're going to have the babies. So as soon as the babies go home, we're going to be adding to our flock. We're so excited. You can see all these new feathers coming in. See all they're like little, oh goodness, they're little feathers coming in, little tiny, they're kind of gray, and they're coming in on my girls. See them there? They're real fluffy. They're not like a feather yet. They're more like peach fuzz feathers. So it's kind of cute. You can't really tell on Miss Cora here because she has so many feathers, but on the other girls you can tell. They got them coming in. So, all right, y'all. Well, I'm going to let you go. Yeah, I know, right? She ended up, I thought I was going to be top 100, and I found out this weekend I've got to be probably at around 110, 120. I was so close. We could have still went to Switzerland. Of course, we wouldn't have, because then someone would have had to watch the kids. But we would have just had to pay the difference in airfare. And the other trip we could have chosen was New Zealand. But it was the same time as our trip last week for our boot camp. So we are actually getting the Marco Island trip, which just happens to be in Florida. So it's going to be amazing. And that is at the end of June. So we are super excited about that. We're going to Marco Island for a whole week. And so that's going to be really neat. And it's at it's on the west coast of Florida, the very bottom. So it is gorgeous over there. Woohoo! Good girl. That's awesome, Maria. So Maria is on my Scentsy team, and she's one of she is my oldest friend. I don't mean oldest like old, but we're getting there. She is the friend I have had the longest my whole life. So we are childhood friends. I moved to Florida in 1978. I was only 8 years old when we moved here. And we have been friends. We were friends right from the very beginning. So over the years, we've lost touch, and Facebook made it easy to be able to get back in touch. So it's pretty awesome. You will never guess where. Oh goodness, I don't know. You better message me, girl. All right, well, I'm gonna let y'all go. I got a couple more things to do in the coop, and then I've got to get back in. I'm working on laundry today. I don't know how 2 people for 1 week had so much laundry, but we did. So I'm gonna let y'all go, but I love y'all, and we will see you tomorrow right here. Bye, y'all.